As I was a-going over Kilgarry Mountain, I met with Captain Farrell and his money he was counting. I first produced my pistols and then produced my rapier, saying, stand and deliver, for I am a bold deceiver. Push-a-ring-a-ma-do-ra-ma-da, whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. I counted out the money and it made a pretty penny. I put it in my pocket and I took it home to Jenny. She promised and she swore that she never would deceive me, but the devil's in the women, for they always can lie easy. Mush-a-ring-a-ma-do-ra-ma-da, what for the daddy-o, what for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. I went into my chamber for to take a slumber. I dreamt of gold and jewels, and sure it was no wonder, for Jenny stole my charges. She filled them up with the water and sent for Captain Farrell to be ready for the slaughter. Mush-a-ring-a-ma-do-ra-ma-da, whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. 'Twas early in the morning, between 6 and 7, the guards were around me in numbers odd and even. I sprang for the pistols, but alas I was mistaken, for Jenny took my pistols and the prisoner I was taken. Push-a-ring-a-ma-do-ra-ma-da, whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Mush-a-ring-a-ma-do-ra-ma-da, whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Now if anyone can help me, it's my brother in the army. If I knew where he was stationed, it's in Cork or in Killarney. And if he'd come and join me, we'd go roving in Kilkenny. And I know he'd treat me better than my darling sporting Jenny. Mush-a-ring-a-ma-do-ra-ma-da, whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Now some takes delight in the hurling and the bowling, and some takes delight in the carriages rolling, but I take delight in the juice of the barley and courting pretty girls in the morning bright and early. Mush-a-ring-a-ma-do-ra-ma-da, whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Mush-a-ring-a-ma-do-ra-ma-da, whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar.
Well, in the year of our Lord 1806, so we set sail for the sweet town of Cork. We were sailing away with the cargo of bricks for the Grand City Hall in New York. She was a wonderful craft, she's rigged fore and aft, and know how the wild winds blow over. She had several blasts, she'd 27 masts, we called her the Irish Rover. Well, there was Barry McGee from the banks of the Lee, there was Hogan from Counties we rode, there was Johnny McGurk, who was scared stiff of work, a chap from Westmeath called Malone. Well, there was Slender O'Till, he's drunk as a rill, and fighting Nick Tracy from Dover. And their man, Mick McCann, the banks of the band, was the skipper of the Irish Rover. Well, we had 1 million bags of the best Sligo rags, 2 million barrels of bones, 3 million million bales of old army gold sails, 4 million barrels of oil. Well, we had 5 million hogs, had 6 million dogs, and 7 million barrels of port. So we had 8 million sails, a line horses high in the whole of the Irish Road. Well, we had sailed several years, the measles broke out, our ship lost its way in the fog, and the veil of the crew reduced down to 2, myself and the captain's old dog. Well, then the ship struck a rock, oh Lord, what a shock. The boat, she turned right over, turned 9 times around, the poor old dog was drowned. Are you well?
Well, here I am from Paddy's Land, a land of high renown. I broke the hearts of all the girls for miles round Katy Town. And when they hear that I'm a wad, they raise a hullabaloo. When they hear about the handsome lad they call O'Donoghue. For I'm the boy to squeeze her, and I'm the boy to tease her. I'm the boy can tease her up, and I tell you what I'll do. I court her like an Irishman with the brogue and blondie tunes. Me Blommet, me Rolligan, Swalligan, Holligan, Bolligan, Bowl O'Donoghue. Well, I wish me love was a red, red rose a-growing on yon garden wall, and me to be a dewdrop upon her brow I'd fall. Perhaps she might think of me as a rather heavy Jew, and the more she'd love that handsome lad they call O'Donoghue. For I'm the boy to squeeze her, and I'm the boy to please her. I'm the boy can tease her up, and I tell you what I'll do. I court her like an Irishman with the brogue and blondie tunes. Me Blommet, me Rolligan, Swalligan, Holligan, Bolligan, Bowl O'Donoghue. Well, I hear that Queen Victoria has a daughter fine and grand. Perhaps she'd take it into her head to marry an Irishman. And if I could only get a chance to have a word or two, I'm sure she'd take a notion in the Bowl O'Donoghue. For I'm the boy to squeeze her, I'm the boy to please her. I'm the boy can tease her up, and I tell you what I'll do. I court her like an Irishman with the brogue and blarney tunes. Me Blommet, me Rolligan, Swalligan, Holligan, Bolligan, Bowl O'Donoghue.
Tim Finnegan lived in Walker Street, a gentle Irishman, mighty odd. He'd a beautiful brogue, so rich and sweet, but to rise in the world he carried a hod. But you see, he'd a sort of a tippling way, with a love for the liquor poor Tim was born, to help him on with his work each day. He'd a drop at the crater every morn, whack full of down out and see a partner round the floor, you trotter shake. Wasn't it the truth? I told you lots of fun at Finnegan's wake. One morning Tim got rather full, his head felt heavy which made him shake. He fell from a ladder and he broke his skull, and they carried him home, his corpse to wake. They rolled him up in a nice clean sheet, they laid him out upon the bed. A barrel of porter at his feet and a gallon of whiskey at his head. Whack, fall down, now that's the partner, round the floor you trotter shake. Wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake. His friends assembled at the wake when Mrs. Finnegan called for lunch. First she brought in tea and cake, then pipes, tobacco and whiskey punch. Biddy O'Brien began to cry, such a nice clean corpse did you ever see? Tim Avorin, why did you die? Oh, hot you up, says Paddy McGee. Whack, fall down, now dance the partner, round the floor you trotter shake. Wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake. Then Maggie O'Connor took up the job. Biddy, is she wrong, I'm sure. Biddy gave her a belt in the gob and left her sprawling on the floor. Then the war did soon engage, was woman to woman and man to man. Shillelagh law was all the rage, and a row and a ruction soon began. Whack, fall down, now dance the partner, round the floor you trotter shake. Wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake. Then Mickey Maloney raised his head when a noggin of whiskey flew at him. It missed and landing on the bed, the liquor scattered over Tim. Tim revives, see how he rises, Timothy rising from the bed, saying, well, you whiskey round like blazes, Thanum and Dale, do you think I'm dead? Whack, fall down, now dance to your partner, round the floor you trotter shake. Wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegan's Wake.
And it's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog. All for me beer and tobacco. Well, I spent all my tin on the lassies drinking gin, and across the western ocean I must wander. Ah, where are my boots, my noggin boots? They're all gone for beer and tobacco. Well, the soles they were thin and the uppers let them in, and the heels were looking out for better weather. And it's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog. All for me beer and tobacco. Well, I spent all my tin on the lassies drinking gin, and across the western ocean I must wander. Ah, where is me shirt, me noggin shirt? It's all gone for beer and tobacco. Well, the sleeves are worn out and the colour turned about, and the arse is looking out for better weather. And it's all for me grog, the jolly, jolly grog. All for me beer and tobacco. Well, I spent all my tin on the lassies drinking gin, and across the western ocean I must wander. Now, where is me wife, me naggin wife? She's all sold for beer and tobacco. Well, the front is all worn out and the tail's got kicked about, and she's a-looking out for better weather. And it's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog. All for me beer and tobacco. Well, I spent all my tin on the lassies drinking gin, and across the western ocean I must wander. Sick in me head and I haven't been to bed since first I came ashore with me plunder. I've seen centipedes and snakes, and my head is full of aches. And I think I'll dig a path up way up yonder. And it's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog. All for me beer and tobacco. Well, I spent all me tin on the lassies drinking gin. And across the western ocean I must wander. All for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog. All for me beer and tobacco. Well, I spent all my tin on the lassies drinking gin. And across the western ocean I must wander.
When Jeremy Lanigan bought the dough till he hadn't a shilling. His father died, he met him a mannigan, left him a farming to acres and ground. He gave a grand party to friends and relations who would not forget them when come to the wall. If you'd only listen, I'd make your eyes listen to rows and ructions at Lanigan's Farm. We said to be sure God's invitations for all the nice boys and girls that I'd ask. And less than a minute the friends and relations are dancing as merry as peace when they cast. Well, lashings of punch and wine for the ladies, potatoes, cakes, and was begging and say, well, there were the Nolans and Dolans of Gaities, cutting the girls and dancing away. They were doing all kinds of nonsensical polkas round the room in a whirly gig. Well, Julia and I soon banished the nonsense and tipped them a twist of a real Irish jig. That girl, she really got mad at me. That's till you take all the ceilings and fall for I spent 3 weeks at Brooks Academy learning to dance for Lanigan Pod. 6 long months I spent in Dublin, 6 long months doing nothing at all. 6 long months I spent in Dublin learning to dance for Lanigan's Ball. And I stepped out,
and I stepped in again,
I stepped out,
and I stepped in again,
well I stepped out,
and I stepped in again,
learning to dance for Lanigan's Ball. The boys all merry, the girls all hearty, dancing around in couples and groups. An accident happened, young Terence McCarthy, he put his right leg through Miss Flaherty toots. The creature she fainted and cried real a murder and called for her brothers and gathered them all. Will Carmody swore that he'd go no further till he'd satisfaction in Lanigan Ball. 6 long months I spent in Dublin, 6 long months doing nothing at all. 6 long months I spent in Dublin learning to dance for Lanigan's Ball. And I stepped out,
and I stepped in again,
I stepped out,
and I stepped out again,
I stepped out,
and I stepped in again,
learning to dance for Lanigan's Ball. Boys are wise as there was ructions. We soon got a kick from young fella McHugh, and I soon replied to his kind introduction and kicked up a terrible hullabaloo. Facing the piper was native and strangled. They squeezed up his pipes full of shunters and all, and the girls and their ribbons they all got entangled, and that put an end to Lanigan's Ball. 6 long months I spent in Dublin, 6 long months doing nothing at all. 6 long months I spent in Dublin learning to dance for Lanigan's Ball. And I stepped out,
and I stepped in again,
and I stepped out,
and I stepped in again,
I stepped out,
and I stepped in again,
well, learning to dance for Lanigan's Ball.
I've been a wild rover for many's a year, and I spent all me money on whiskey and beer. But now I'm returning with gold in great store, and I never will play a wild rover no more. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more. frequent, and I told the landlady me money was spent. I asked her for credit, she answered me nay, saying a custom like yours I can have any day. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more will I play a wild rover. No, never, no more. Well, out of me pocket I took sovereigns bright, and the landlady's eyes opened wide with delight. She said, I have whiskies and ales of the best, and the words that I spoke, they were only in jest. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more will I play a wild rover. No, never, no more. I'll go home to me parents, confess what I've done, and I'll ask them to pardon their prodigal son. And if they'll forgive me as oft times before, well, I never will play a wild rover no more. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more will I play a wild rover. No, never, no more. One last time, and it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more will I play a wild rover. No, never, no more.
Was Christmas Eve, babe, in the drum sang, an old man said to me, won't see another one. And then he sang a song, the rare old mountain dew that turned my face away and dreamed about you. Got on a lucky one, came at 18 to 1. Got a feeling this year's from me and you. So happy Christmas, I love you, baby. I can see a better time when all my dreams come true.
They got cars, they got bars, they got rivers of gold, and the wind blows right through you, so place that he holds. When I first took your hand on a cold Christmas Eve, you promised me Broadway was waiting for me. Your hands
They were pretty, quite up New York City. When the band finished playing, they hauled out for more.
Sinatra was singing, all the drums they were swinging. We kissed on the corner and danced through the night. And the boys of the NYPD choir were singing Galway Bay. And the bells are ringing out for Christmas Day.
Slut and junk lying there almost dead on a terrific bed.
You scumbag, you maggot, you cheap classy faggot. Happy Christmas, you're all set, thank God it's all lost.
And the boys of the NYPD choir
choir was singing Galway Bay, and the bells are ringing out for Christmas Day. I could have been someone,
well, so could anyone. You took my dreams from me when I first found you.
I kept them with me, babe. I put them with my own. I can't make it all alone. I've built my dreams around you. And the boys of the NYPD choir were singing Galway Bay, and the bells are ringing out for Christmas Day. And the boys of the NYPD choir were singing Galway Bay, and the bells are ringing out for Christmas Day.
Fare thee well, my lovely Dinah, 1,000 times adieu. We're saying goodbye to the holy ground, the girls we all love true. We will sail the salt seas over, and then return to shore. And still I live in hopes to see the holy ground once more.
Fine girl, yeah!
You're the girl I do adore, but still I live in hopes to see the holy ground once more. And now the storm is coming, I see it rising soon, but the night is dark and dreary, you can scarcely see the moon. And the good old ship, she is tossing, the rigging is all torn, but still I live in hopes to see the holy ground once more.
Fine girl, yeah!
You're the girl I do adore, but still I live in hopes to see the holy ground once more. And now the storm is over, and we are safe on shore. We'll go into a public house to the girls we all adore. Oh, and we'll drink strong ale and porter, we'll make the rafters roar. And when our money is all gone, we'll go to sea once more.
Fine girl, yeah!
You're the girl I do adore, but still I live in hopes to see the holy ground
apprentice to trade I was bound, and as many's the hours sweet happiness I spent in that neat little town, till a sad misfortune came over me, which caused me to stray from the land, far away from my friends and relation, betrayed by the black velvet band. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds, I thought her the queen of the land, and her hair it hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. I took a walk down Broadway, meaning not long for to stay, when who should I meet but this pretty fair maid, come a-traipsing along the highway. She was both fair and handsome, her neck it was just like a swan, and her hair it hung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds, I thought her the queen of the land, and her hair it hung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band. I took a walk with this pretty fair maid, and a gentleman passing us by. Well, I knew that she meant the truant of him by the look in her roguish black eye. A gold what she took from his pocket and placed it right into me hand, and the very next thing that I said was, bad cess to the black velvet band. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds, I thought her the queen of the land, and her hair it hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. Before the judge and the jury, next morning I had to appear, and the judge, he says to me, young man, your case it is proven quite clear. You'll get 7 years penal servitude to be spent off in Van Diemen's land, far away from your friends and relation, betrayed by the black velvet band. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds, I thought her the queen of the land, and her hair it hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds, I thought her the queen of the land, and her hair it hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band.
Was no woman in our town, a woman you all know well. She dearly loved her husband and another one twice as well. Oh, with me right to Finnick and Mary, oh, me tip Finnick, oh, with me right to Finnick and Mary, oh, we're tipping it up to Nancy. She went unto the chemist shop, some remedies for to buy. View anything in your chemist shop to make me almond blind. Oh, with me right to Finnick and Mary, oh, me tip Finnick, oh, with me right to Finnick and Mary, oh, we're tipping it up to Nancy. Give him eggs and marrow-bones and make him suck them all up. Before he has the last one sunk, he won't see you at all. Oh, with me right to Finnick and Mary, oh, me tip Finnick, oh, with me right to Finnick and Mary, oh, we're tipping it up to Nancy. She gave him eggs and marrow-bones and made him suck them all. Before he had the last one sunk, he couldn't see her at all. Oh, with me right to Finnick and Mary, oh, me tip Finnick, oh, with me right to Finnick and Mary, oh, we're tipping it up to Nancy. If in this world I cannot see, well here I cannot stay. I'd rather go and drown myself. Come on, she and I'll show you the way. We'll be right to Finny Canary, oh me tip. Finny go out with me right to Finny Canary, oh we're tipping it up to Nancy. She led him to the river, she led him to the bryn. Well, sly enough of Martin, it was him that shoved her in. Oh, with me right to Finny Canary, oh me tip. Finny go out with me right to Finny Canary, oh we're tipping it up to Nancy. She swam through the river, she swam through the bryn. Martin, dear Martin, don't leave me behind. Oh, where I shut about it, that you silly old fool. Well, you know poor Martin is blind. Me right to Finny Canary, oh, we're tipping it up to Nancy. There's 9 in me family, well none of them is me own. I wish that each and every man would come and claim his own. Oh, with me right to Finny Canary, oh me tip. Finny go out with me right to Finny Canary, oh we're tipping it up to Nancy.
I'll tell me ma when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pulled me hair and they stole me comb, but that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she is the girl of Belfast City. She is a courtin' 1, 2, 3, please won't you tell me who is she? Albert Mooney says he loves her, all the boys are fighting for her. They're up on the door and they ring at the bell saying, oh me true love, are you well? Out she comes as white as snow, rings on her fingers, bells on her toes. Old Johnny Murray says she'll die if she doesn't get the fella with the roving eye. I tell me ma when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pulled me hair and they stole me comb, but that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she is a girl of Belfast City. She is a courtin' 1, 2, 3, please won't you tell me who is she? Let the wind and the rain and the hail blow high and the smoke come travelling from the sky. She's as nice as an apple pie and she'll get her own lad by and by. When she gets a lad of her own, she won't tell her ma when she comes home. Let them all come as they will, for it's Albert Mooney she loves still. I tell me ma when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pulled me hair and they stole me comb, but that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she is a girl of Belfast City. She is a courtin' 1, 2, 3, please won't you tell me who is she?
Well, as I came home on Monday night, as drunk could be, I saw a horse outside the door where my old horse should be. So I called the wife and I said to her, will you kindly tell to me who owns that horse outside the door where my old horse should be? Ah, you drunk, you silly old fool, until you cannot see. And that's a lovely sow that my mother sent to me. Well, many's the day I've travelled 100 miles or more, but a sow with a saddle on I never saw before. Now, as I came home on Tuesday night, as drunk could be, I saw a coat behind the door where my old coat should be. So I called the wife and I said to her, will you kindly tell to me who owns that coat behind the door where my old coat should be? Ah, you drunk, you silly old fool, till you cannot see. That's a lovely blanket that my mother sent to me. Well, many's the day I travelled 100 miles or more, but buttons on a blanket sure I never seen before. And as I went home on Wednesday night, as drunk could be, I saw a pipe upon the chair where my old pipe should be. I calls the wife and I says to her, will you kindly tell to me who owns that pipe upon the chair where my old pipe should be? Ah, you drunk, you silly old fool, still you cannot see. And that's a lovely tin whistle that my mother sent to me. Well, many's the day I travelled 100 miles or more, but tobacco in a tin whistle sure I never seen before. And as I went home on Thursday night, as drunk could be, I saw two boots beneath the bed where my two boots should be. I called the wife and I said to her, will you kindly tell to me who owns old boots beneath the bed where my old boots should be? Ah, you drunk, you silly old fool, until you cannot see. That's lovely geranium pots my mother sent to me. Well, it's many's the day I travelled 100 miles or more, but less is on a geranium pot I never seen before. And as I went home on Friday night, as drunk could be, I saw a head upon the bed where my old head should be. So I called the wife and I said to her, will you kindly tell to me who owns that head upon the bed where my old head should be? Ah, you drunk, you silly old fool, still you cannot see. That's a baby boy that my mother sent to me. Well, it's many's the day I've travelled 100 miles or more, but a baby boy with whiskers on I never seen before. Oh, a drunk, you silly old fool, you drunk, you're a silly old fool, you drunk, you silly old fool, you drunk, you drunk.
In the days I went to court, I was never tired resorting to an alehouse or a playhouse, and many's a house beside. I told me brother Seamus I'd go off and be right famous, and I never would return again till I roamed the world wide. It's goodbye Merchandurkin, sure I'm sick and tired of working. No more I'll dig the Parades, no longer I'll be phone. As sure as my name is Carney, I'll be off to California. Instead of digging Parades, I'll be digging lumps of gold. Well, I called it girls in Blarney, in Kintalk and in Killarney, in Passage and in Queenstown, that is the Cove of Cork. Goodbye to all this pleasure, I'll be off to take me leisure, and the next time that you'll hear from me will be a letter from New York. It's goodbye Merchandurkin, sure I'm sick and tired of working. No more I'll dig the Parades, no longer I'll be poor. As sure as my name is Carney, I'll be off to California. Instead of digging Parades, I'll be digging lumps of gold. Goodbye to all the girls at home, I'm going far across the pond to try and make me fortune in far America. There's gold and jewels in plenty for the poor and for the gentry, and when I return again, I never more will say goodbye Merchandurkin, and I'm sick and tired of working. No more I'll dig the Parades, no longer I'll be full. As As sure as my name is Carney, I'll be out to California. Instead of digging for 80s, I'll be digging lumps of gold. Instead of digging for 80s, I'll be digging lumps of gold.
I travelled around every to me time, I travelled, I seen a few. I found a bar better and never declined to paddle me own canoe. Me once was small, I cannot at all, but that's a famous Jew. I'd never waste time for the ocean in life and paddle me own canoe. Oh well, I had no wife to bother me life, love it the real and true. The whole day long I laugh at the song and paddle me own canoe. Whee! It's all very well to defend a friend, that is if you prove the true. You'll find a bar better by far in the end to paddle your own canoe. Expect that I'd say to make your own way, it's a world you're travelling through. You never will say if you only will try to paddle your own canoe. Oh well, I have no wife to bother me life, love it the real and true. The whole day long I laugh at a song and paddle my own canoe. So love everybody, just only the few as a world you go travelling through. And never sit down with a cleaner of room and paddle your own canoe. I watched you like a delicate tag, I knew what I had to do. I careless farewell, but I can't be helped and paddle me own canoe. Oh well, I have no wife to bother me life, love it the real and true. The whole day long I laugh at a song and paddle me own canoe. Well, England is rude, a small little land, and then he's a country too. You'll take my advice and never think twice to paddle your own canoe. I was like a delicate tag, I do what I had to do. I can't forward when I can't be held to paddle me own canoe. Oh well, I have no wife to bother me life, love it the real and true. The whole day long I laugh at a song and paddle me own canoe. Oh well, I have no wife to bother me life, the love it to prove and true. The whole day long I laugh at a song and paddle me own canoe. Whee! I travelled around a bit of me time, and troubles I've seen a few. I fought for better but never declined and paddle me own canoe. What's your like a delicate tag, I knew what I had to do. And can't slow back till I get to me health and paddle me own canoe. Oh well, I had no wife to bother me life, love it the real and true. The whole day long I laugh at a song and paddle me own canoe. Well, who would be a sailor lad that's sailing on the main to gain the goodwill of his captain's domain? He came ashore when evening for to sea, and that was the start of me own true love and me. Oh, and it's home, boys, home. Home I'd like to be, home for a while in the old country where the oak, the ash and the bonny rowan tree, well, they're all a-growing greener in the old country. Well, I asked her for a candle to light me way to bed, likewise for a handkerchief to tie around me head. She tended to me needs like a young maid ought to do. So then I says to her, would you like to jump into? And it's home, boys, home. Home I'd like to be, home for a while in the old country, where the oak, the ash and the bonny rowan tree, well, they're all a-growing greener in the old country. She jumped into the bed, making no alarm, thinking a young sailor lad would do to her no harm. I hugged her, I kissed her the whole night long. She wished the short night would be 7 years long. Oh, and it's home, boys, home. Ha! Home I'd like to be, home for a while in the old country, where the oak, the ash and the bonny rowan tree, they're all a-growing greener in the old country. Well, early next morning the sailor lad arose, and into Mary's apron threw a handful of gold. Said, take this, me dear, for the damage that I've done, for tonight I fear I've left you with a daughter or a son now, and it's home, boys, home. Home I'd like to be, home for a while in the old country, where the oak, the ash and the bonny rowan tree, they're all a growing greener in the old country. Oh, and it's home, boys, home. Home I'd like to be, home for a while in the old country, where the oak, the ash and the bonny rowan tree, they're all a growing greener in the old country. Well, if it be a girl child, send her out to nurse, with gold in her pocket and silver in her purse. And if it be a boy child, he wear the jacket blue, go climbing up the rigging like his daddy used to do. Oh, and it's home, boys, home. Home I'd like to be, home for a while in the old country, where the oak, the ash and the bonny rowan tree, they're all a growing greener in the old country. So come all ye fair maidens, a warning take from me, never let a sailor lad an inch above your knee. I trusted one, and he beguiled me, he left me with a pair of twins to dangle on me knee. Oh, and it's home, boys, home. Home I'd like to be, home for a while in the old country, where the oak, the ash and the bonny rowan tree, they're all a growing greener